Wait for everybody to go in and if anybody's here. Yeah. So anybody here? Tell my family about it. So yeah, let's get this started before people click off, because it's probably gonna be a video and it's probably gonna get impressions, hopefully. So yeah, this is a tier list. Wait, let me do something real fast. Oh no. Dang, I'm gonna record my screen, so I can't really text him. Privacy reasons, want to keep them private, but it's okay. But so today we'll be doing a video about each Lego spindle from last season, in season 23. So we have 74 of them. 74 of them were really awesome. They were really good, and the competition was really fun. It wasn't complete. I started recording from week 8, but it still got the job done. And then there's a playoff video I made that's now 40 minutes long on my channel. I recommend checking that out if you want to have impressions of how good everything is. Notifications. Hopefully this is working. Can't move my bubble. That's gonna suck. Okay. Is this app gonna work? Okay, yeah, it's gonna work. Can I get the first one out? My bubble's right over it. I don't think you can see it. Yeah, you can, but oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I got my bubble. Great. Okay, let's get this started. Hopefully someone can join so they can notify if this is right. I think I put this on landscape, so I doubt you can even see this at all. That's gonna suck if it did. Yeah, this is landscape. That's gonna suck. But at the same time, I wanted the thumbnail to be visible. Dang, I should have done this on live stream. Dang, these are really hard to get. I'm trying to slide one. I want to start the first one. Hey, Ope. I wish you could give some time for people to join. Okay. Now, this is the first one. How the Alien is actually named after a meme, if you know that meme. But rather than not, this is the championship from season 22. So, yeah. So, that being said, we're going to rank this one first. As the postseason success, let me get my notebook since I got my camera. I don't know if I can switch this around, which is going to be a little bit struggling to do. I have to kind of reverse it. So, give me 1 second. I like how I'm turning around now despite me doing nothing. So this is the notebook. Is this upside down? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that's the season page right there. And the tournament. Oh my goodness. That was a sketch from someone I can't draw. Who thought that was in there? This is not going well. Okay, here's the tournament. This is the tournament. 64 now. So yeah, that's what I'm basing it off of. You can see that. Go to photo 1. Okay, let's get back to the video. Okay, sorry about that. So this is the championship from last season. Champion for last season. Went to the final 4 this season, and so I'm gonna grade this one an A. And we had 2 losses, 1 in the regular season, 1 in the postseason. 11-1 regular season, and the postseason roster for the photo was 1. So yeah, an A grade is pretty fine. It just didn't have a good fight against the champion, but it's kind of what you expect. But still, not bad. Also losing to the champion with a photo is Bullet, who fell in the Sweet 16. It went to a 5 seed with 5 losses in the regular season. 5 interesting losses. He lost to Shredder for 1. Shredder was also a good bot. If you know, have you seen the season, you probably would know. And yeah, I felt like I could have easily won that one, but it's fairly decent. B would probably be a little bit too high on it, but C would be too low on it. I'm gonna give a good B minus, if you will. So Brock placed 3rd last season. It was a 5 seed and made all the way to the top 4. A really good upset contender. Yeah, how to decide the rankings from last season, entering season 23. These are the rankings. So like from like best to worst, I guess. Like if they lost in the championship, like champion last year, they would like in the previous round, there will be the poll ranking for that round. You know what I mean? Since last year this one lost to How the Alien, this makes it 3. So on and so forth. It's gonna be kind of like that. So that being said, so a 5 seed made all the way to the top 4 first time ever, and this season actually did better. It was a 7 seed made all the way to the final. So it was the second one overall. Well, regular season success, yeah, 5 losses. That's subpar at best. Postseason is excellent. Like it was an A plus postseason, if you will. Defeating High Voltage was undefeated, but overall, I'll probably give it an A grade. Yeah, B. Wait, no, not B grade, A grade. It was pretty good, but very exceptional during postseason. Really rises up for that. Now, the next opponent is Shredder. I was recently retired after 22 seasons in the league. The longest competing competitor under the same name. Yeah, but this season it was a 7 seed. Very disappointing, I have to admit. And yeah. So as a 7 seed, I kind of had bigger expectations for it. Did not be a 7 seed. I think it also lost 5 losses, and also lost in the second round. Not too great, so not too shabby, but had potential. And didn't do horribly bad. It was expected. So C is expected tier, meaning they didn't do too great, but they didn't do too bad. Chinese Fury, the second longest competitor in the history of Little Spinners. Also, making it pretty far to the top 8. Made it there for the past 4 seasons. And lost to the same competitor in three out of 4 of them, which is South Alien. Yeah, so this one was pretty good. I had to put B tier. Regular season success got a 3 seed, and postseason success got to the top 8. Definitely going to be in the top 10 next season because it was in the top 8. This one is Pinwheel, I call it. A pretty good design, pretty sturdy, but has some defensive issues against really tough opponents. So made it to the top 8, could have made it to the top 4, could have even made it to the final. Faced a 6 seed in the top 4 as a 4 seed in regular season success for 3 losses. But I ended up losing that match. And like I said, Block was a 7 seed made to the final, so it could have possibly won that too, but we don't know anything that haven't been said or done. So as the grade here, awarded Blanket as a D as postseason, but regular season is a B, so C is the perfect outline over there, perfect thing. When we start screen recording, I don't think this is recording. No, I think I went in the live stream. Okay, hopefully this is working. I don't want to do all this for nothing. Okay. This is really hard to drag, seriously. Come on. Okay. So we got this is why I go. I had one side, what's it called, a little bit different than the other because I don't have to do the exact same pieces, exact same color, but it was okay. We're hopefully going for a cool design this season, but it didn't live up to the hype. The first one that really had a bad season. First round knockout. And what was his record last season? Let me check. It was in quadrant quadrant 4. Quadrant 4, it was 5-7 and lost 5-8 finish for the season. Pretty bad for regular season. That's a D for regular season, probably. Maybe an upper C, again, we'll see. And then the postseason, just not first round knockout, so expected for that type of competitor, so D. Yeah, despite making the top 8 last year, it failed. Yeah, Carnival also made it to the top 8 last year, the next one, if I can get it. I like the design. It's red, yellow, and blue. You can also call it Superman. It'd probably be more fitting. But yeah. So this one was pretty good. This season too. Last season it was a 1 seed, and it was pretty good. Overall, made it to the top 8. Could have made it to the top 4, but had a close fight with Shredder. So Shredder made it to the top 4 last season. This season it was a 5 seed. It made it to the top 16, I believe. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, made it to the top. No, actually, a second round knockout. Lost to the rookie named Sensei. So, yeah, It did worse than last season. Last season, if I had to grade it, it would probably be like a B or an A. This season, I'm probably going to drop it down as a C. Yeah, I wouldn't go too low on it, but we should have expected more out of it. But I feel like it has a lot more potential for the following season. I forgot to put that in the description. That's another thing I would understand potential to next season. But I don't really want to put that because any plot can come from worst to best. The Bob Blue Beetle did it. Which is right. He went from like one win to a championship season, 14-2. So this is Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt heal pretty good. It was an upset from last season. 14 seed made the top 16, first time ever. First time ever on 14 ever made out of the first round. The only time. Yeah, and the returning season actually got a 12 seed, so actually improved by regular season wins. We went 4-8. I think it went 5-7 this year. Let me check. 5-7, yeah. Last first round. So yeah, I watched the carnival. So pretty interesting how both of them have like kind of like similar, I guess, matchups. Well, they didn't match up last season, but 50% remaining is not wonderful. But yeah, what do I rank it? D or F? D. Wasn't expecting too much out of it. It didn't give up hope. Speaking of Blue Beetle, let's talk about this one. Won a championship in season 20, but kind of fell off afterward. And this season was definitely a tanking season. It was definitely way worse than it was last season. Last season was a 1 seed to make it to the top 16. This season, I think it was a 13. My memory is spot on, so of course I'm going to remember stuff like that. Okay. So, Blue Beetle was a 12 seed. Oh, wait, the movie's out now, so that's a wonderful kind of coincidence. Yeah, so I actually named it when there was no movie out and no one really knew about the hero. So it's pretty fitting. Yeah. So a 12 seed from a 1 seed, yeah, that's an F. Yeah, very disappointing. Looked like a very strong bot by design, but had very bad defensive issues. Speaking of very bad defensive issues, I'm stuttering. I've been stuttering all day today. So we'll talk about Double Clash. Also a good upset pick from last season. It was a 7th seed and made it all the way to the top 16. Wasn't like when you're a 7th seed, you're barely able to pull off the first round upset. Well, it happens sometimes, but not much. And then the second round, it almost never happens when you beat a 2 seed. But it happened shockingly 2 times this season. It didn't happen to this one. It even made the tournament. We did a play-in tournament because there was a lot of 2-10s, which it fell into, and it lost first round. So definitely F. Like I said, it wants to go back. It doesn't want to hold accountability for its F grade. Did I just trash it? Great. Just didn't know that ever happened. Lucky. Inferno was a 6 seed this season. It faced Venom first round. No, actually, it was a 5 seed. Let me check. What quadrant is this? Quadrant 1. So 6 seed versus 11 seed. Yeah. And this one was a potential upset, but didn't happen. And it only went to the second round, losing to Badger, which was a good 3 seed this season. And it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either. I was expecting it to be worse by its defensive aspect. But yeah, I'm going to put it in a good C. Middle of the boat. I think it went. What was his record? 8-4. So that was really impressive. Probably went against easier opponents, but it didn't really give myself good enough expectations, and it didn't allow me to be a B. But it wasn't embarrassing to be a D. So speaking of embarrassing, we got Rainbow, also known as Cranium Explosion. My Cranium. So yeah, it has 2 names. Don't ask why. Yeah, has like a first one of this list that has a alias or has a what's it called, alter ego. But sadly enough, it didn't live up to it to be impressive. It only had like 4 wins, I believe. I think it was a 13 seed. Let me check on the paper. I don't even know if you've seen the notebook or not. It's probably the lighting. I can try my best to get good lighting, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're up against Pinwheel first round as a 13 seed, 4-8, and it lost. And it was easily flippable, as you can see here. It uses a similar design that you used last year. It actually been overall number 1 seed at 11-1. So it went from the top of the top to almost to the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, you're going to decline by 7 wins. That's an F if I've ever seen one. I said, F if I've ever seen one. I'm going to put it right next to Rubido. Like, I usually would organize it for which one is the worst F. Maybe like that. Okay, that's how I do it. Yeah, I did it the other way around and then I deleted it. So we're going to talk about Gecko now. This next one. In its 3rd season of its career, it did not do pretty well. Never had a good season. Well, last season was a 2 seed, but it was lucky to get those wins. It didn't really seem like a good top tier competitor since it was so small, but it did shock me. Yeah. But this season it was only a 9 seed. No, it was 8 seed. We lost it definitely first round in a very close first round matchup. So it could have easily went to the second round. And its record as an 8 seed, probably 6-6. No, it's actually 7-5. And it was pretty good, but expected, I would say. But since it dropped off from last season, very much so, it's a D. Not exactly an F because, I don't know, it's close. It's an E. Nah, I'm not doing an E. If we're doing school grading systems, there's no E in school. Marco Polo take insults since he loves the little E. It became a meme, I guess. I don't get it. Okay, let's talk about Varsity Squad. Also, it didn't make the varsity team since it made an 8 seed. It barely made the cut for junior varsity, if you will. And my headache doesn't help it. Okay, it was a 9 seed. It went 6-6, and it lost the Tomahawk first round. No, actually, it won. It faced High Voltage that was undefeated at the time and lost. Obviously, wasn't really expecting that. Of course, expecting that, but it's still. As a 9 seed, there was a 4 seed last season, had an 8-4 regular season record. And yeah, it was a disappointment. So that's a D. D for disappointment. Great. Okay, Spiral. Spiral was a 15th seed this season. Very bad and sad. So speaking of bad and sad, it faced against the champion How the Alien last season. All the other ones you've seen has made it to the top 16 previously. So we're starting to compare the ones that started in the ranks that went to the second round last season. Yeah, so there's a reason why I'm doing this, because of expectation from last season. So the further down on the list, you would see worse competitors of how they've shown out the previous season. So I'm ranking the highest expected competitors from last season, how they're supposed to hold up. And yeah, and you can see it's pretty split around the line. Yeah, so we see Spiral here. Spiral just didn't have a good season at all. It made it to the second round, but unlucky to face the future champion. I'm pretty sure How the Alien was a 1 seed or 2 seed. So this was a 7 seed. Or no, it was a 10 seed. So it did worse, so that's a D. I wouldn't really say F though, because it wasn't really expected to do good anyways. Didn't have high expectations, but it did fail those low expectations. It really failed the low expectations we had. And look, we got Little Frodo, the champion from last season. Let me grab this. Grab, come here, grab. My little thumb can't grab it. I know you can't see my thumb because it's my screen, but okay, yeah, the obvious champion from this year, so that's an A plus. Oh nope, I said that's an A plus. You can't really say anything for the champion that won 18-0, never losing a fight, and never looking close, and easily beating the previous champion 2 times, one in regular season, one in postseason, giving How they were 2 losses. So definitely an A plus. So Badger also losing to Little Frodo, ironic, in the top 8. Shouldn't really been to the top 8. It faced Killer X in the Sweet 16 and barely winning. Took a devastating first hit blow, but able to come out and during crunch time and win. But that was more on KOX for choking, I guess, in that one. But Hornets were filed after the incident. Hornets like paper material. Imagine. Just freaking out other people. What does that have to do with anything? You're probably so confused. It's an inside joke from our last place. And my friend was a big fan of the KOX bot. But yeah, because I usually do this stuff with my friends and previous places I've been to. Yeah, and I finally recorded it this season, so that's a little bit backstory. Okay, so Bajol was a 3 seed to the top 16 this season. I mean, the top 8, whatever. But pretty good season. Improvement from last season, would I say? Yes, I would. What was it last season? I had no idea. For once, I'll check in the magical notebook. We just gotta rattle. Let's see who it's from. Okay, this is season 22 bracket. It may not look too different on the surface. I don't know how well you can see this once again. And my headache is getting worse. Probably because I've been doing this stuff all day. Okay. Here's a season 21. Season 21. Like, the season 20 tournament. But I said, like, 1. Like, it's, like, you know, you get it. Not 21, but, like... I'm just making everything worse for myself. Let's find a 22 Lego season board. Okay, oh no, that's a season 21 tournament. The 21 one. Whatever. Should have said season 20 tournament. Okay. Season 22 standings page. Badger went 8-4 last season. Anna went 9-3 in the Lego season. Slight improvement. And a slight improvement in the playoffs, too. So, definitely a B. Starstruck, a very good improvement from last season. By regular season wins, it was 6-6. Barely just making 500. And now it made it to 10-2 regular season. It made it to a 2 seed, but lost second round to Brock, which also made it to the final. So this is the key moment in Brock's success. And expecting to make it all the way to probably even championship territory, he lost to Rutherford, so he couldn't be a champion. Everybody knew Rutherford was going to be the champion. Well, at least I did. But I would say I would down Lakers' performance. There is a B tier, but would I go down as a D because it was definitely had potential. But the knockout was pretty insane. It was our only double knockout of the season, meaning it was really close to getting it, but it wasn't really its fault. It really tried hard, but it just never lived up to the hype. So, yeah, C. This is Ghost. No, not the rock band, and not the thing from Halloween, I guess. And also it's not the song by Justin Bieber. But it got a good 6 seed. Started 4-0, but the streak really kind of ended from there. It finished as a 6 seed, so 8-4, 8-5 after the loss to Foshik, which is an 11 seed. That's a weird name. I'll explain that later. And it's coming up, so I don't really have to explain it for much, or keep you wondering for much. So first round exit for Ghost. I'm by looking at the matchup between this green one right there, which is one I faced. And it looked like an easily flipping matchup, so it was expected. So it was kind of sad to be for a matchup, but he could easily won that one too, based on the defensive issues of the 11th seed. That's why it's 11th seed. But I'll say C. Average. Death Destination, I don't know what this did last year. I don't think it did well. I doubt if it ever did well. I don't think we had a good season in particular ever. But, yeah, it's one of those things that you want to see do good. I want to see it do good, but just can't live up to the hype. Like the design, I was hoping it would see some fireworks out of it, but the fireworks stalled, and then it just crashed and burned. And it started in the top 25. Right now, we're rating number 22 entering last season. Yeah, so went 5-7 this season. And it's kind of been the self-explanatory route of its career. It was a 3 seed, I think, in 2022. Season 22 was in 2022, oddly enough. Yeah, so this one would definitely be a C. I don't know, maybe a D, but Doesn't really expect much out of it. It's both initials are D, so it's D. Hopefully we're just not getting a D for that, but same time, this looks like the C looks pretty clouded. It looks like I'm being too generous for a C grade. And if I can actually grab it, so D. D for Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe we can rename that one. Maybe it can be better. Speaking of food competitors, this one's called Italian Pizza Party. It was a 15 seed. It straight out sucked. And it would have had probably a better season if it didn't. Had good expectations, but it failed, so that's an F. Proshik, who upsetted Ghost, definitely should give props to that. But it never really had a good season, never had any notable wins. It was just kind of like a right place, right time, right matchup in the right place. So that upset really doesn't really give it much in that context. But I will still give it a C grade if I can grab it. No, I don't want to delete that photo. I definitely need it. So yeah, and we're gonna put it right in front of Ghost since it beat it, obviously. And next one is Nightmare, driven by Dracula himself. It was not fun, and he clearly said it was not fun anymore. Don't ask. Dracula impression. I make a joke how Dracula made a competitor. It's comedy gold. You have to love it. But I have to hate it because it was an F. Why was an F? Because it was a shocking 4 and 8. Okay, maybe a D, but D doesn't really screen 4 and 8 for me, and never had a notable season. Never had a notable drop off. Well, it was a 14 seed last season. I think it was a 14 season seed this year. Didn't really drop off. Didn't really do worse, but it could have had all the potential to do better. Yeah. So what? It faced Basel first round. Yeah, literally a 14 seed. No way it was going to get the upset there. Made it to the second round last season, first round this season, so it technically did do worse. But based off circumstance, didn't get lucky. No, actually, it was 11 seed last season, so it definitely did worse. I was getting it mixed up with Fundle, which it lost to the second round last season. Tomahawk, an 8 seed. No, 8 seed, yeah. Who lost the varsity squad in a slight upset. It's a battleground battle, so that doesn't really damage his coil. Both of them got the same record, like 1 win, 1 loss off of each other, so it's definitely not something to worry about or degrade. But either way, was impressive. I think it was more impressive last season. I think it started to slow down. If it's in the top 25, top 25 means second round, so it's the first round exit. Let's look up Lego season wins if I can get that shown. I had no idea what seed it was last season. Looking in the Lego season board is better than looking at the Tower Picture or the tournament. So here's the thing. And we're going to look and see who Atomic Hawk is. Atomic Hawk. Get it? Atomic Hawk. I don't get it. It's wordplay. So, where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, it was a rookie last season. No wonder. 7 and 5. Okay. So it did worse in both aspects, barely. So, why I say C? Well, it would be average even though, but since it did worse, I would put D. This one is gonna make me upset. Not really, but this is one of my favorite competitors because I built it in season 15. It was one of my earliest builds. Yeah, season 15, what's it called? These seasons don't really not a year. It just depends where I can build them through the season and get finished. Each season gets longer and longer, so that's why it took maybe like almost give or take a half year to do both with breaks. Yeah, I could have done it way faster, but like this season, season 23, like 2023, last season, 2022, it was spanned about 5 months, you know? And then the season before that, 2021, 2022, you know what I mean? And then the season before that, 2020, you know, all the other ones are both basically 2020 because they were so quick and they were so simple. Yeah, so like, yeah, season 17, season 18, 19, yeah, that was 2021. Yeah, so Blacks was a 2 seed last season, got upset in the second round. This season it was a 4 seed and got upset in the first round. So I don't know, is this worse? I would say this season since it got upset 2 years in a row and it already had the previous stigma behind it. So I would say D for depressing. Sweat Rainbow back in F. F for Fred. Wait, what? No, it's F for the F ward. No. Okay, the next one's Overhaul. A good 5 seed. Was shocking to do that good. I wasn't expecting to do that good, but yeah, lost to Howard Area in second round. That's a C. I would give it empathy for the matchup for how good the competitor was. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my phone chargeable. You know what I should have done? Whoa, nah. I wish I could rank this on another thing and just film on my phone. Something. Yeah, that would have been great. But yeah, for this one, I had to deal with the struggles of like doing things live on my small screen perception, and that's not really that fun. But it is what it is. So that being said, what battle are we at? 9%. Ooh. Wait, let me stop screaming. Oh, say stop there. You to stop shedding real quick. We're going for 31 minutes. We're still going? Yeah, we're still going. Okay. So next up is one of my favorite competitors and one of my friends' least favorite competitors. Yeah. If you want to know how many friends in the know about this, like that actually experienced this in person with their own eyes, about 5 that I talked to today. Yeah. Okay, but so there's the same one I was talking about, the KillX thing, the KillX fan. Yeah, imagine being a fan of one of these. I really want you to build fan bases. That'd be awesome in the future to make this an actual sport franchise and take over the world. Okay, so this is Skyhawk here. Did the opposite, take over the world. Well, it kind of did, but had the quickest fall off between postseason and regular season success. I tell 2 cities right here. So it was started off 0-2, then had a 10-win streak going into the tournament with 10-2. A very dominant regular season in win streak, one of the biggest ever. I had to do like I don't know what the fullest of the biggest win streaks nowadays, but it record is 21 by KLX, Skyhawk's biggest rival. No wonder why it's a rival, because they faced in season 17 in the semifinal, and Skyhawk won a championship that season. So it did not win the championship. It knocked himself out in the first round of the tournament versus a 16 seed. Yeah, 1-1 seed, but lost by knocking himself out in the first round. It flipped and what's it called? And it caught on fire and it started smoldering. So it ended up having a bad season. I wouldn't say it was definitely an F of all Fs of a postseason. It was probably a B to an A of the regular seasons with the win. So it's definitely a C of the total season. Could have seen more, but yeah, it's yellow for Skyhawk. It's definitely the member and the best one to represent that class. Didn't have any class. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Time to get patriotic up in here. We got Patriot. So Patriot had a 4 seed, and I lost to Bullet, so Bullet had a slight upset, but you can definitely tell by looking at the metrics and looking at the 2 competitors. Well, I can. That Bullet definitely would have won that one. It was easy predicting matchup, and I predict that Patriot had a good regular season. Would say C, wouldn't expect too much out of it, but it didn't really surprise me. But the postseason also didn't really surprise me, so it's middle of the ground. Studbaker with 8 seed, they lost to Little Photo, very unfortunate. So went 7-5. Patriot went 8-4. If you keep wondering about that, wait, no, maybe 9-3. Yeah, 9-3. My bad. Wait, I think it was 8-4. I don't want to double check. This is going to take too long. We're already 30 minutes in the video anyway, so I don't know if you're going to watch it at this point, but I don't know. Okay, so D for Studbaker, but would be, I don't know. Studbaker's a weird name. It's always weird names. Some of them have funny names. Some of them have weird names. Some of them have menacing names. But we can't all make them menacing if there's only 4 of them. We might like. So we have to make a D. Yeah, there's not much I can say about that one. Really kind of not having much opinion. Despite it competing for 11 seasons. Okay. Next up is High Voltage for, I think, 7th season. It's 8th season. It's 8th season. 8 of 8. Okay. And had a really good turnaround. 6-6 and made it 12-0. Regular season improvement by 6 wins. That's an A improvement, I'm pretty sure, if I ever saw one. I would probably put this one an A plus for regular season, definitely, because it didn't lose one, obviously. And yeah, that'd be an A plus improvement, definitely. But yeah, but also it lost in the second round to Block. Wait, no, it lost in the top 16. No, the top 8. Yeah, top 8. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, the top 8. So I'm getting confused. Oh yeah, top 8 because it lost to not Starship Block in the round of 8, 7 seed, upset 2 seed, so that's what 2 seed supposed to be. And posting success, I'll be a D because for D was a disappointment. But I would still say the B because regular season success still has it great. No, I would still give it an A. It still deserves an A despite that. And Block is still ahead of it because it won. This one. This little red thing. This little BattleBot went to the market. This little BattleBot got none of the postseason action. It's probably a first round knockout if I had to do my research. Let's do my research because I have no idea. If I can grab it. If I don't grab it, I just have to keep myself trapped in fill forever. Okay, this one's called Mortal Mystery, a little bit too menacing, a little bit too violent. Okay, but we're gonna put this one in the category 5 Hurricane. Let me find it. There's no book. Can you see that? Very well. Precisely. Okay, it went 5 and 7. Ouch. And that deserves a D because it never was really great in the first place. They don't really have potential in my eyes. Yeah, so I don't see it making any noise next season. Really, the designs, I had to choose like half of them to be good. Well, a quarter or maybe even like an eighth to be exceptional because only so many pieces can go around. So it's really the first ones I think of and really the ones I desire. So I don't really say I make what happens because it's still a toss-up. But at the same time, I can't make everybody have a fair shot. So that's why you see some of them work weaker than others. Yeah, but some of them can impress me for the better or for the worse. Like this next one, for the worse, like Crusher, because his name's Crusher on the sticker. Kind of like a monster truck set I originally got it for him. This one was made a great 5 and 7. That may not sound great, but it's great for its career. Usually has like 1 win a season, so it's definitely a D. You're not an F, but you're a D. Yeah. Hopefully you can carry on to a C. C stands for carry on. No, I'm joking. Okay. Swashbuckler was a 1 seed in season 21. Definitely way worse in 2 seasons later. I have no idea what it was in season 22. It was irrelevant and stays irrelevant. I think it has like a 13 seed or something, a 12 seed. Yeah, it was a 12 seed. So yeah, definitely. I would say a D. I wouldn't say an F because I wouldn't be too harsh on it, but yeah. If it was from like season, if it was a 1 seed last season, it would definitely be an F. But yeah, it's just about notified it's going to be a bad competitor, and that 1 season where it was a 1 seed is probably just a one-time fluke. So next time, I wish I could upload the previous seasons, even though I didn't have a video of it. There's no way I can do that. I wish I could recreate every single bot what they look like from memory, but I doubt it. So yeah, you kind of had that circumstance going for that. Yeah, next one is Dolphin. 2 and 10 out of the tournament and failed tremendously in the play-in tournament. So an F. Windmill probably had the highest hopes looking back at it. It beat Starstruck first round of a flip, and actually only lost 2 losses for Starstruck. Went 6-6 eventually. No one was expecting. I wasn't really expecting this to do good or bad, despite that notable win. But you just notice it in the end when you know one is better than another. So it was originally all maroon, and 2 maroon pieces was able to break. So I decided to make it color coded. So I had a mid season I wanted to see, but notable win probably pushes up to a C for me. Still has potential, in my opinion. Card Control, very forgettable. An 8 seed, lost to Howard Alien second round. The best season was probably his rookie season, but definitely dropped off tremendously. Would I say D or would I say F? Oh no, not really much expectation, so D. At least it's not a 16 seed or anything like that. Okay. When we get Agent Shield here, our next competitor. I kind of like how a lot of these have coincided with who faced who, because these next competitors actually facing the second round. I'll tell you more about that later. Actually, I'll tell you about that now when I can get this one. So Agent Shield was a 10-2 regular season competitor. Uses a design similar to season 21 when made it to the final, but a lot more tougher competitors this season, so it didn't get that success. So with that being said, while we get this one, it made it a good first round victory. Definitely not in question. It's never in question when you're in 2-15. But yeah, I lost to Killer X, which is the second one in the second round, so that's a very big buffle. Yeah, Bummel had a very bad mess up. It was a very big blunder. So, but still, that being said, regular season wins and success really improved from last season, so I have to give it a C. Couldn't really go for a B because it should definitely have won that matchup, since Killer X is very flippable and has flipping risk, and really was not a impressive season based off of that. But still went 7-5, and went to the top 16, almost went to the top 8 if it would have handled business with that Badger fight, where that first hit was really awesome, but he couldn't hang on to seal the deal. So, yeah, so every time he defeats an opponent, and my friend says, how you feel? How you feel? I think it was the first one. It's ridiculous. It's very aggressive. But, yeah. Trying to return to the dominance of season 18, season 19, when I had an 18 win streak. 21 win streak, still the record, but still having rebounded from there. Had a first round upset. When I had a first round loss in season 22, and was a 1 season 21 despite falling the seat 16. Never really had anything really good from that, and pretty self-explanatory there. I think it was a second round in 20, but either way, I've been doing worse, but I feel like it's doing better. We can see clearer skies for Killer X. I'll put him above Skyhawk just to make Skyhawk upset as the rival. Well, you can't make upset because it's not a person, but it would definitely make my friend happy since they're a rivalry. Oh yeah, by the way, Skyhawk is smoldering at this moment. Okay. Yeah, as soon as you touch it. 1, 2, 3, knockout. No, it's not that weak yet. Yeah, Skyhawk is an enigma. Has a great season, has an upset, but at the same time, it can have the worst fight ever, worst battle ever, gets upsetted. Okay, next one is Skeletor. Skeletor went a pretty good season. 6-6. So average. It was a first round knockout or second round knockout. Average. Either way, would I put it in Joe Schmo category or would I put it in C? I'll put it in C. Let's cut him some slack. Oh, it's not him because it doesn't have a general. I keep thinking that probably because I think it's a sports competition. I wanted to catch on, and then I just kind of I guess think there's a rival behind it, so I say him or her. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just say that for most things. Yeah, I think it was I'm checking if I actually went to the second round or not. I don't know what Skelly did, but I don't know what Skelly is. Okay, Skelly lost the first round to Wizard. Wizard the Gizzard. No, it's Wizard, not Lizard. Blah. Wizzo. No, we don't listen to Wizzo on this channel. We don't listen to music at all, so I don't want to copyright. Okay, this is Bob. Bob goes up every season, as it was Bob the Fourth in his first season. This is the 8th season, so it's Bob the 8th. Lost to Killer X first round. How you feel? In a big rivalry. They met in the season 19 championship, so definitely a good one to look out for. It was very depressing. The worst season of its career. Used to be have a streak to make it to the top 8 every single season from season 17 to season 20. It was a first round exit in the 6-11 matchup in upset fashion. Lost to 11 seed. It didn't never rebounded ever since. Went to a 10 seed this season. Definitely heading to way worse territory in F, and it should be very ashamed. Venom should be very ashamed. F. It had very bad defensive issues. Was 11 seed, and really had potential, but didn't have it. It could have been a tank. It should have been scary. But one defensive mistake put it in Blue Beetle land, and they both end up being basically being a laughing stock of the stock market. Imagine being in the stock market. Can't be me. I know nothing about it, so I can't have an opinion on it. F. Okay. So we have Alien, for this next one. If I can grab it. Alien is possessing me before I can grab it, imagine. Okay, so how long does it take to grab one of this thing? I think like about 5 minutes of this live was just me trying to grab things. Okay, so Alien had a horrible season. Flat out ugly, flat out hideous, flat out terrible, flat out bamboozled. Yeah, only good season was his rookie season where he made it to the top 8 by defeating Killer X 3 times. Yeah, the only time you can actually face someone 3 times, according to the modern rules, I change every now and then, but it makes sense. Like if you face it in regular season, but if a draft, if you draw the card and stuff, and it's the same thing, but it's enabled to be a main event, it's possible. So you can do a main event rematch because they're the best competitors, I guess. So definitely make it more fun, and then also face them in the postseason. So that probably never happened again. Those 3 events happening at once, technically 4 for the draft and draw to make that even happen. Well, no, 3, but whatever. Well, no, yeah, because you have to be the main event. Sometimes you won't be the main event if you don't require it to be the main event. They could be unranked and then have 2 different draw-ins and stuff like that, which happens all the time. But so yeah, 3 things had to go in line, and the stars would be in line, and that would happen. But this season, that didn't happen. Nothing happened. Nothing impressive happened about this at all. And because it was just downhill from season 21, and it ended up being pretty bad. I don't know where we went. I think it's like a 15, 14, 13, or something like that. Let me check on the notebook. Okay, you can see the notebook pretty well. All my Legos in the background now. You can kind of see that. I was building logos with college football logos. You kind of see my Colorado logo over there. Pretty cool. Okay. Okay, it was a 14 lost to rookie Huts. So 4 and 8, 4 9. So, is that an F grade? Yes. Hello. Wizard beat Skeletor in the first round, advanced to the second round. Still not as impressive. It was a 7 seed. One of the only 7 seeds not to win. Only if Wizard and Shorter would have beat it in the second round, we would have had a 100% 7 seed versus 2 seed, right? But I can't disagree for that one because it doesn't really have that material to really get the upset, anyways. So D at best, not really impressive. And ironically, this keeps happening. The one that beat it is right next to it. Grim Reaper, 2 seed, lost to Chinese Fury in the top 8. Could have went to the top 8 based on seeding, but Chinese Fury was definitely more superior. Beat it in a main event, so it faced it twice and lost twice. Yeah, Chinese Fury kept up his full win streak to the Elite 8, and this one was just the watch was still impressive. Best Grim Reaper season by far. And he was irrelevant and never really did achieve anything great to this season. It was really a breakout season, one of the best breakout seasons of the year. If it made it to the 2 seed, it made it to the top 8 of those stuff. It was ranked number 7 technically, in the 7th spot of the tournament. And yeah, so that's an A plus. That's an A grade for regular season wins. I'll probably just put it up to the B. Yeah, I'll put it up to a B just because of the regular season success and turnaround. Yeah. If I can grab it. Let's move on to this one. Yellow Jacket, pretty bad. Nothing to be said. Missed the tournament last season. Didn't make the tournament this season. I'm pretty sure it did. Or did it? Let's check. It went 5-7, so definitely better than last season. So it went from an F to a D. Congratulations. D for Danny D. My mom used to copy that. Still don't remember that. Okay. Boombox, a rookie that went to a 5 seed but lost to Pinwheel in the second round in horrific fashion. But for a rookie, I'll give it a little bit more potential with a C. I would only give it a B because I don't really find it fun to watch. But it's great, it's okay. Bad news for bad news, it's an F. But, it did have some only success, so only highlight of a Quill for making it to the tournament. And, what's it called? And the, Last Chance tournament, the play-in tournament, so that's really good. But other than that, it was kind of bad because all of them were 2-10. Lost first round to Little Photo. Bad luck. Lost to How They Earn. My bad. Finally, I can get this one. Like I said, this one's a B. We don't even have much in the upper tiers. I need to be more fond of that one. And here's another B right here. What's it called? Hurts with a design with a power on brick design, where you can power on bricks just on this little scheme, and without much overlay to go above it, But even though it had this design that I felt like it wasn't really popular anymore, and it was a rookie to make it to a 3 seed to make it to the top 16, it definitely earns it a B grade. Yeah, so really impressive. Double Cross, a 6 seed for a rookie. That is a good C. Well, you have nothing to say about that one. It wasn't too impressive to my eye. I felt like it was a little bit overrated. Sensei was a 4 seed and looked really dominant. Lost a little photo for his matches, for example, and I think Starstruck. I'll tell you sure. I don't know. But had a really good elite losses for his elite competition for its losses. Never really had one that was should have shocked or should have been one. And it lost high voltage in the top 16. So that's a B. Blizzard definitely made me cold, and it was a blizzard for my eyes to watch. For my eyes, maybe cold. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was a 15 seed, and it went 3-9. That's an F. Dinosaur went 3-9, 15 seed, 16 seed. That's an F. As a rookie, even though most rookies do horrible anyways. Side Effect was probably 6-6, I think. It was an 8 seed. It was very expected. It was one of the rookies I felt like would have been doing good. It reminds me of Gecko was looking like a little bit last year. It was a little bit different, of course, because I don't just straight up copy the design. They just put a name on it. But so this Side Effect was definitely chest pain. It was a pain to see it lose. So I was expecting it to be some dark horse or something later in the season, some 6 seed or 4 seed, but it didn't really happen. Well, 8-9, I don't know if 8 or 9. Let me check. It was a 9 seed off Chicago 12 first round. Yeah, so not too impressive. Metal Attack, the wannabe Blacks first round. As a rookie, had really good blades here, but it falls off in the first 1 or 2 moves. Really is just a body that's hard to flip, and it's just kind of like a giant square moving through. It's easily flippable, but Blacks did not do that, and it was really clutch in that win, even though we wasn't responsible for that win. It was more like the unimportance. It was just there, and the other one just didn't live up to the win, live up to the potential and the hype. So definitely a C. But yeah, just being there and going to the second round we shouldn't. Loco, a rookie that made it to a 16 or 14 seed. It went 5-7 somehow. Yeah, I felt like it was overrated in that aspect.
But you can't really can't really say anything bad about something that just happened to be there. Like plays my top or 13 seed, they lost to Sensei, two rookies, and one rookie was way better. I'll take D because we're expecting to get 5 wins, but probably against easy competition again. Because everybody has to fight these horrible ones like Sparkle. Sparkle's 14 seed, lost to Chinese Fury, that's an F. Lucky debut could have been way better. Speaking of Lucky, that was the name of the spinner. That's now retired now. But speaking of being lucky, we got Spinnerella here with the initial SAO, SAO, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, you see in the notebook. Probably the coolest sounding abbreviation in the league. But was a 14 seed this season, 4 and 8. May sound good on the surface. Well, it kind of was. It was 4-1 at the beginning of the season with mediocre competition. And it then just fell apart and losing every single battle ever since, even the tournament. So it definitely is an F. An F for failure. Ninja is definitely a failure. Not the Fortnite YouTuber. I'm talking about this bot. It was 1-11, tied for the worst in the league. The biggest F ever. The biggest L of the season as a rookie. Now for the best rookie of the season, Labyrinth made it all the way to the top 4. Yeah, beat Pinwheel because Pinwheel should have won that one, but didn't. So definitely, Definitely was one of the best by far. It lost to Chinese Fury in the main event, so it was a 6 seed because of that. It could have been a 3 seed if it won. So it really should have been a 6 seed in that regard. Losing in week 12 is definitely very hard and very rough to go through. So that being said, it was very underrated for being a 6 seed. And I would put it above Chinese Fury since it didn't really win against Chinese Fury, but it did outlive the hype for Chinese Fury. But would it really be B? No, I'll put good rookies there. This is a step up beyond that. So it's definitely an A. Well, no one's going in an A plus deal because that championship would have followed. It's its own stratosphere. And Avalanche is the next rookie. Definitely an F. 16 seed, lost high voltage. Nothing left to say. Yeah, anything that makes the tournament is 39 bail minimum. This is 111 Pterodactyl, F. Didn't make the tournament at all. And Skybox, an F, lost to Little Frollo, first round. Sandman, a 2 seed, the best rookie by seeding. But yeah, won 9 in a row, lost 2 straight after that, but finished 10-2 regular season. Schroeder had a chance to beat it because it was kind of flippable in his 2 losses, but didn't have the chance to. Lost to Labyrinth, so it can't be an A, but it has to be a B for a good rookie situation. And as a goofball of mine, I was predicting this rookie to beat it, steal it because it looked like it was a flipple since it has those ends, but didn't, so that's an F for a 15 seed. This one is called Junk Boy. That's an F name because that name just completely sucks. And it was a failure for a name and a failure for a bot because it looks like junk, so that's an F. And didn't move on to the tournament if you want to, fell in the play-in tournament. Like most of these, like Hurricane fell in the play-in tournament. Chopper fell in the play-in tournament, F. Disco fell in the play-in tournament, F. I know. We'll get to that one later. That's where that one went. Right though. This is Horsepower. Lost in the play-in tournament, F. Aftermath, a 3 seed. And it was very, 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 very hard, uninteresting to watch. It ripped off basically the 2020 Blue Beetle design, only with 2 different ends on it. But either way, I would say B because I had to give it props to making it to a 3 seed. This one is called Dr. Pain. Dr. Pain did kind of bung the pain. It was it was a 9 seed, but lost to Stud Bagel. And Stud Bagel definitely baked him a cake that he didn't like. And for a rookie, I would say that's a C. I'm going to be nice because it should have good potential. It's week 1 matchup for KOX was really awesome. I wish I got that on video. It was a very long fight. Really thought whoever won this one should have been a great competitor, but both of them were equally subpar. So yeah. Full Sheik, Heal. I think I graded it a C. Yeah, I graded it, so yeah. And the last one is Assassin, who beat Skyhawk by doing nothing. So and that was not even the success really. That's not the most impressive thing really. So because it really did nothing, but it was 2-10, made it to the playing tournament. The playing tournament is set up like one of them gets like a bye, of course, like because you can't like there's like an 8 tournament, and then two of them just like get lucky by drawing that gives like a little step ahead, like as my draw bucket of like mystery, Yeah, so I just kind of like I actually drew every single matchup, so it was just random placement. So it was one of those like things in the 8 tournament because with most of them, so I had to win one, two. Yeah, I had to win 2 matches to get that seed since there's 2 victors, so we can't do a final matchup because that would be necessary. Maybe just for fun, but I don't know. But yeah, so I end up being 5-10, then 6-10 because after Skyhawk's massive meltdown. And smoldered all over the place. Actually, won 3. My bad. Yeah, won 3 matches to get to the actual tournament. So 6-10, and then lost its matchup to Deathway, and Deathway became 8-6. Well, yeah, you're probably gonna never see that stat line. Lost 8-7 because of that 1 seed mishap, and this one became 6-11. Yeah, you're probably never gonna see that one ever again. The only 6'11" you probably see is in NBA with Anthony Davis because he's like 6'11". Imagine being that tall. That's too tall. Be hitting my head over the place. But I wouldn't give it a B for the impressive situation. I felt like it was right place, right time, but also it was pretty talented. If it wasn't for that, it would probably be an F. But I have to give it a C, and that's probably the best I have to do. So that's all from what do. F we got a shocking. What is that? 24. That's pretty crazy. 24. What I took. 16 in detail. Pretty bad. So what is that to get 40? So over half of them, I think I had a poor opinion. So I was a bit too harsh on the end because I should have like a perfect split. Like what's like 37, I guess. Yeah, but it's pretty split, with the besides the 3, like 2, 1.5, But that's what you get when you just improv this and you're not really focused on doing math or things, you know what I mean? Yeah, based off actual opinion. So this is my true opinion. So we get 20 here in CTO. So 20, what I did okay. That like did good, but didn't do too bad in the postseason, or did like good, like good in the postseason, but not too great in the previous season. These ones are the really ones you should look out for next season to really make a splash and probably make it that next sweep to a top 2 seed, maybe top 4 seed. You know what I mean? And definitely be a good competitor. And I'm really looking forward to making him great. Yeah, a lot of good legends there that made a lot of seasons. Like Agent Shield, 11 seasons, Killer X, 10 seasons, Skyhawk, not 9 seasons. Yeah, has a lot of history. I'll probably make another video about like rankings and the all-time leaderboard and stuff and what it'll rank next season, so you can get a little bit more raw, if you will, about how good they are for the entire career. Yeah, I made a video about the entire history of the Spinners, but I don't think I really presented that well. But you can always check that out. I had it on the Lego Spinners playlist, but I don't think anybody would watch that. But let me know if you want to watch that, I guess. Oh, just do some research yourself. Yeah, just look up like my name and just look for my videos, or just look up the history of Lego Spinners. You'll probably find it. Yeah, yeah, and B tier we got 8. It takes a lot to be a B tier, so nothing left to be said about that. Really kind of impressive deal. 4 and an A tier. Really takes a lot to get that. It really makes a bake a cake and make it put icing on it, make it taste really good. So Gordon Ramsay would like it. You have to really be so impressive to make that happen. So that's what an A tier is. An A plus tier is, of course, the champion. And I guess I'll be seeing you later. And look, we're gonna create all these tiers here because guess who I don't like? We're gonna rank the worst rookie of the year, and I would say that probably Ninja. And we're gonna put him in the X tier. I kind of like how S tier is just the best because it's a normal tier list fashion. But yeah. Wait, no, we won't put in X because that's Twiddle. Yeah, we're putting Z. There we go. Worst competitor that ever lived. No, definitely not the worst competitor I've lived. That's a whole different video if you want to see that and want me to see like researching of that. I can make a lot of videos about which is the best Lego spin of all time, which is the worst one of all time, so you can get a little bit more insight. But some people probably get confused if you're a new viewer, but it'll probably help more than hurt it. But I don't know. For the subscribers, I really recommend that. I'm out, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And let's check the comments. Are there any comments? Oh. Yeah. My mom actually commented, so that's great. Can I click on my own live stream? I can click on my own live stream. Yeah, that's odd. That's trippy. Oh no, oh that's. Oh, I'm literally watching my own live stream. Dang. Yeah, my comments. So my brother commented, monkey for some reason. What does that supposed to mean? Okay. Yeah, so everybody loves it. I appreciate it. And let me finish this. Now it shows the chat now. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for your support. I appreciate it. First live stream went pretty well, I assume. There. Okay. So I'm the only one watching, I guess. That's pretty sad. But we're gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned if you want to see another live stream. I love it to do one. And goodbye. Wait, still going?